Hi, I'm Hazel, and this is a look at the new legendary rings coming to each class in the upcoming patch 7.2.5. After the patch releases on what is almost certainly going to be June 13th, you'll have two new legendaries on your potential golden loot table. One of them is spec-specific, while the other is your new Soul of the Class Order Hall title ring. All of these rings come loaded with crit, haste, and mastery, a socket, and an equip effect that grants you one of your talents. That frees you up to choose one of the remaining two talents in that row and run around with two of the three active. The talent that it grants you swaps based on your current spec, so you only need one ring per character. This might turn out to be really good on your main spec, and even if it doesn't, it's a really solid first or second legendary to wear in any off-spec that you feel like dabbling in. All legendaries that drop for you in 7.2.5 will drop at item level 970. You can upgrade any existing legendaries to match through a new Titan Essence quest. The Death Knight ring is called Soul of the Deathlord, and as we go through these, you're going to notice a running theme with the names. It grants Blood DK's Foul Bulwark, Frost DK's Gathering Storm, and Unholy gets Bursting Swords. I'm not intimate enough with most classes to make specific commentary on what you should pick as your second, but I'll put the row that each talent comes from up on the screen with the free talent highlighted. That way, if this is your main class, you can start thinking about whether the ring is going to be important for you and which talent you're going to take if it is. Demon Hunters get Soul of the Slayer. It grants Havoc Demon Hunters their first blood talent. Vengeance Demon Hunters will get access to Fallout, freeing them up to pick Feast of Souls or Burning Alive as well. Druids will get Soul of the Archdruid. Handily enough, it grants you Soul of the Forest in all 4 specs. That means that in any Druid spec, you could prance around with both Soul of the Forest and Incarnation, or there's a third spec-specific choice in that row also. Soul of the Forest is a solid choice for any Druid, so being able to bust out the third option without giving up your soul is going to be pretty valuable. Hunters get the Soul of the Huntsmaster. It will grant Beast Mastery Hunters their Bestial Fury talent, giving them a flat damage increase to Bestial Wrath. Marks Hunters get Lock and Load for free aimed shot procs, while Survival Hunters gain Serpent Sting. For the most part, the talents benefited by these rings are decent to great throughput talents, meaning the rings will be good for most people. Mages get Soul of the Archmage. Arcane Mages will gain Temporal Flux, Fire gets Flame On, and Frost gets Frozen Touch. I really like that they chose to make these talent legendaries rings. On top of being universally useful, they do not take up a pesky tier slot. Monks get Soul of the Grandmaster. Brewmaster tanks will gain Mystic Vitality, Mistweavers get Mistwrap, while Windwalkers gain their Chi Orbit. I love my healing elixir in my Brewmaster, so I'm excited to get to play with it without giving up my magic damage stagger. Paladins get the Soul of the Highlord. Holy and Ret Paladins will both gain Divine Purpose, while Prot Pally tanks get Holy Shield. The Soul of the X title formula makes me kind of curious as to which specific Highlord or Archmage we're wearing the Soul of. Is it ours? Priests get the Soul of the High Priest. Discipline gets Twist of Fate, and it's worth noting that in 7.2.5, Twist of Fate has been moved. There's not going to be any doubling up on Twist and Power Infusion, as fun as that would be. Holy Priests get Surge of Light, and Shadow gets Twist of Fate as well. As a Shadow Priest, Twist of Fate has been mandatory since they came up with it, so I'm really excited to try out the other options on this tier. I had to actually look up what they did. Fortress of the Mind in particular seems like it's going to be strong. Rogues get the Soul of the Shadowblade. This one doesn't change based on which rogue spec you are. It always grants Vigor, and your other options are always Deeper Stratagem and Anticipation. That's both easy to remember and a strong damage legendary that should be good all around. Shamans get the Soul of the Farseer. Elemental and Resto Shamans both gain Echo of the Elements, while Enhancements gain Tempest. I know a couple of Shamans, and I'm not convinced that any one of them has a soul, so I'm not 100% sold in the name. Warlocks get the Soul of the Netherlord. Affliction Locks are granted Death's Embrace, which is a completely new talent that's been put on the final tier. Demonology Locks gain Grimoire of Synergy, and Destro gets Eradication. Affliction Locks are getting a bit of a talent tree update, so if you main AF and you haven't looked through it yet, you should. Head over to ptr.wowhead.com and check out the talent calculator. Last but not least, Warriors get the Soul of the Battlelord. Arms Warriors gain Deadly Calm, Fury gains Massacre, and Prot Warrior tanks get access to Vengeance. We're only 2-ish weeks out from patch day, so dust off your keyboards and wishlist the legendaries that you're going to be looking for going into Tomb. Check out the spec-specific legendaries coming to healers, tanks, melee, and range DPS in videos on my channel. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think, please consider leaving a like if you liked it, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.